I am going to offer you a choice, and how you answer says everything about whether you understand money. Option 1. I hand you $1 million in cash right now, today. Option 2. I hand you a single penny, but I promise to double it every day for 30 days. 1 cent becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8. For the first week, it looks pathetic. After 10 days, you still have barely $5. So almost everyone grabs the million. It feels obvious, it feels safe. But watch what that instinct costs them. By day 30, that penny, doubling quietly the whole time, is worth more than $5 million. The million-dollar choice was not just wrong, it was not close. That relentless doubling has a name. It is compound interest. And in the next few minutes, you are going to understand exactly how it works and exactly how to aim it at your own life. Because this single idea, understood early enough, is the quiet difference between always feeling behind and slowly, almost automatically, getting ahead. So what actually happened to that penny? Compound interest is one simple idea. Interest that earns its own interest. Let me show you the difference because it changes everything. Simple interest only ever pays you on the money you originally put in. Put in $100 at 10% and you earn $10 a year. Every year. Forever. Flat. Predictable. Forgettable. Compound interest is different. It pays you on your original money and on every dollar of interest that money has already earned. Year 1, your $100 earns $10, same as before. But year 2, you are not earning 10% on $100 anymore. You are earning it on 110. Year 3, on 121. Then 133. Then 146. The base keeps growing, so the growth itself keeps growing. And to really feel it, you have to let it run. Leave that $100 completely alone. After 10 years, it is worth about $260. After 20 years, around $670. But after 40 years, that single, untouched $100 bill has quietly become more than $4,500. You added nothing. You did nothing. The interest just kept hiring more interest. Plotted on a graph, and the line does not climb in a straight diagonal. It curves. It bends upward, slowly at first, then harder, and then almost straight up. That upward curve is the entire game. Here is why this matters to you specifically, and why almost nobody warns you in time. That curve has a secret, and the secret is a trap. For years, compound interest looks like it is barely working. The numbers are small. The growth is slow. You put money in for 2, 3, 4 years, and the account has crept up a little, and you think, this is pointless. This is not changing my life. So you quit. This is the single most expensive mistake young people make with money, and they make it constantly. Schools never explain this part, because the lesson is slow and quiet, and it does not fit neatly inside a semester. But it is the whole thing. Because the curve is not broken. It is loading. That flat, boring stretch is the price of admission. The explosive part, the part that actually builds real wealth, lives at the far right end of the curve. And here is the cruel part. You only ever reach the far end if you stayed in long enough to get there. Every year you delay, you are not trimming a slow, boring year off the front. You are cutting an explosive year off the end. The most expensive years of your financial life are the ones you never let happen. Let me make this real with 2 people who could be anyone. Meet Priya. At 25, Priya starts investing $100 a month, not a fortune, the cost of a few takeout dinners. She does it for exactly 10 years, and then at 35, life gets expensive and she stops completely. She never adds another dollar. Her account just sits there and compounds on its own for the next 30 years. Now meet Sam. Sam means well, but Sam waits. At 35, the exact year Priya stopped, Sam finally gets serious. He invests the same $100 a month. And unlike Priya, he never stops. He keeps going for 30 straight years, all the way to 65. So stop and think about who should win here. Priya invested for 10 years. Sam invested for 30. Sam put in $36,000 of his own money. Priya put in just $12,000. Sam contributed 3 times as much, for 3 times as long. But when they both turn 65, Priya has more. Around $130,000 against Sam's $122,000. Priya wins, with a third of the money in. How? Her 10 years happened first. They sat at the base of the curve and compounded for 4 full decades. Sam's money never got that runway. He spent 30 years buying expensive late years. Priya quietly bought the cheap early ones. She did not pick better investments. She did not earn more. She just showed up 10 years sooner and then let time do the rest. So here is what compound interest is really trying to tell you. Money has a value, but your time has a value too, and they are not the same number. $1 you invest at 22 is not really worth $1. Handed 40 years to compound, it might become $15, $20, even $30 by the time you retire. $1 you invest at 50 is worth a lot closer to just $1. Same bill, same effort. It simply never got the runway to become anything more. The dollar did not change. The time did. And this quietly destroys the most common money advice you have ever been given. You have been told, earn more first. Wait until you have a real salary. Start investing seriously when you can finally afford to do it properly. Compound interest says the exact opposite. It says time beats amount. A small sum that starts moving early will outrun a large sum that starts moving late, almost every single time. Which means the most powerful financial advantage you will ever hold is not a high income, and it is not some brilliant investment. It is something you already have right now and are spending every single day, whether you use it or not. Your most valuable asset is not your paycheck. It is your age. So, here is the move. 1 action. Today. Not this month. Not once you have read more. Not once you feel ready. Today. Open one investment account and put something into it. If your job offers a 401k, log into the portal and set a contribution, even 1% of your pay. If you do not have that, open a Roth IRA. Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard, all of them, online, about 15 minutes. Then fund it. $25, $50, whatever you can move without it hurting. And I need to be honest with you about that number. Today, it almost does not matter. A perfect amount in an account you open next year loses to an imperfect amount in an account you open right now. Then do one more thing. Set it to invest automatically every month so you never have to make the decision again. Because compound interest cannot touch money that is not invested yet. It does not reward the people who think about it the most or read about it the most. It rewards the people who start and then let it run. The clock only starts when you start it. There is an old proverb. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. Compound interest works exactly the same way. It quietly rewards the person who started, and it quietly punishes the person who waited. You cannot go back and start sooner. That option is already gone. But here is the one thing nobody can ever take from you. Of every single person who will ever watch this video, you are the youngest you are ever going to be right this second. That is the whole advantage. That is the entire secret. Go and use it.